Hi, welcome to the world of LifeGag. Game of Thrones, one of the highest and most watched TV show in the world. From the books of G.R.R. Martin, it changed the way TV shows work and captured the attention of viewers by its unique quality of CGI and storyline. Breaking all the viewership records in every new season, and it touched 12.7 million viewers per episode in Season 7, which is the fastest user growth for any TV show in the history. Okay, let's check out the top 10 record-breaking episodes in Game of Thrones. Number 10, The Climb. It is the 6th episode of the 3rd season of God. The Climb set a new record for Game of Thrones in ratings, the 4th consecutive episode to establish a new series high. 5.5 million viewers watched the premiere airing, with 1.2 million additional viewers watching the second airing. The episode's title comes from Climbing of the Wall by Jon Snow and Ygritte, and also the references from dialogue between Lord Petyr Baelish and Lord Varys. The most famous dialogue of Chaos is a ladder.
Chaos. A gaping pit waiting to swallow us all.
Chaos isn't a pit. Chaos is a ladder.
Also, the most notable scenes like Jon Snow and Ygritte kissing on top of the wall, Lord Tywin Lannister meets Lady Olenna Tyrell to discuss having Sir Loras Tyrell marry Tywin's daughter Cersei, and Robb Stark meet with Lord Frey and Black Valder Rivers to discuss an alliance with House Frey for High's planned attack on Casterly Rock. Number 9, The Mountain and the Viper. It is the 8th episode of the 4th season of God. The Mountain and the Viper was watched by an estimated 7.17 million people during its first airing. The episode received high praise from critics and audiences alike, with the fight between Prince Oberyn and the Mountain being hailed as the episode's highlight. On Rotten Tomatoes it obtained a 97% score, based on 32 reviews, with the following consensus: with one of the most gruesome scenes to date, The Mountain and the Viper delivers a tense, twisty final scene well worth the wait. Also, the episode won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Art Direction for a Contemporary or Fantasy Series. Number 8, Mockingbird is the 7th episode of the 4th season of Game of Thrones. One of the most shocking episode in God. When Oberyn Martell agrees to be champion for Tyrion and kill Sir Gregor, spoiler alert, but he dies in the next episode. The Littlefinger pushes Lisa through the moon door to her death for trying to kill Sansa. The episode was watched by July 20 million viewers during its premiere hour, setting a new series high. In the United Kingdom, the episode was viewed by January 6 million viewers, making it the highest-rated broadcast that week. Rotten Tomatoes reported a score of 100% based on reviews from 36 critics with an average score of 9 out of 10. Number 7, The Red Woman is the first episode of the 6th season of Game of Thrones. The Red Woman was positively received by critics who found the episode to be a satisfactory launching point for the season, and praising the scenes involving Sansa and Brienne, as well as the closing reveal with Melisandre, although the Dorne storyline was criticized once again for feeling too abrupt and deviating greatly from the books. Rotten Tomatoes gave an approval percentage of 89% with an average rating of 7.6 out of 10. In the United States, the episode premiere achieved a viewership of 7.9 million in its initial broadcast, and a same-day total including the streaming services HBO Go and HBO Now of 10.7 million viewers, a record for the series. Number 6, The Wars to Come is the first episode of the 5th season of Game of Thrones. The Wars to Come was watched by 8 million viewers during its initial airing, making it the show's most watched episode to date until it was surpassed by the season finale, Mother's Mercy. Based on 24 critic reviews, the episode received a 100% score from Rotten Tomatoes with an average score of 8 out of 10. 10.1 million viewers watched the episode on DVR or streaming platforms during its first week, bringing net viewership to 18.1 million. According to HBO, total viewership rose to 18 million over the next 3 weeks as more people watched the episode through other venues, such as streaming. Number 5, Mother's Mercy is the 10th and final episode of the 5th season of God. Mother's Mercy garnered critical acclaim, with critics lauding Lena Headey's performance, David Nutter's direction and the writing of Benioff and Weiss. Particular praise was directed to Cersei Lannister's Walk of Atonement by High Sparrow, which involved a body double and the use of CGI. In the United States, the episode premiere achieved a viewership of 8.11 million, making it the show's most watched episode in history. Review aggregate website Rotten Tomatoes gave Mother's Mercy a 97% score and an average rating of 9.1 out of 10. Also, the episode won Emmy Awards for writing in a drama series and directing in a drama series for Benioff and Weiss and Nutter. Number 4, The Winds of Winter Season 6, 10th episode. The Winds of Winter received acclaim from critics, listing it as one of the series' best episodes, with Matt Fowler of IGN calling it very surprising and satisfying. Critics praised the great sept explosion, Lena Headey's performance, Arya's revenge on the Freys, the resolution to the Tower of Joy flashback, and Daenerys going to Westeros as highlights of the episode. The episode had received a perfect 10 out of 10 score on IMDb for several weeks after its release, which is a rare and record-breaking for HBO. In the United States, the episode achieved a viewership of 8.8 million in its initial broadcast, making it the highest-rated episode in the series' history at that time. It was nominated for several awards, including Headey for the Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actress, and won the Emmy for Outstanding Costumes. Number 3, Beyond the Wall. This is the 6th episode of the 7th season of Game of Thrones. At 70 minutes, it was the series' longest episode until the airing of the season's finale. Beyond the Wall received mostly praise from critics, who listed the epic scale and special effects of the battle between the White Walkers and the dragons, the interactions between the Northern Raiding Party, and Jon swearing fealty to Daenerys as highlights of the episode, though some reviewers criticized the episode for defying logic and its rushed storytelling. In the United States, the episode achieved a viewership of 10.24 million in its initial broadcast. Number 2, Eastwatch is the 5th episode of the 7th season of Game of Thrones. This episode received praise from critics, for Jon Snow's interaction with Drogon the Dragon, Lena Headey's performance as Cersei Lannister, Gendry's return, and the tension between Arya and Littlefinger as highlights of the episode. In the United States, the episode achieved 10.7 million viewers in its initial broadcast, which makes it our list of highest-rated episode in the season. The episode was viewed by 10.72 million viewers on its initial viewing on HBO, which was significantly higher than the previous week's rating of 10.17 million viewers for the episode The Spoils of War. Number 1, The Dragon and the Wolf is the 7th and final episode of the 7th season of Game of Thrones. The Dragon and the Wolf was praised by critics, who listed the meeting at the Dragon Pit, Cersei's lack of cooperation to defeat the White Walkers, Aidan Gillen's performance as Littlefinger, and the demolition of the wall as highlights of this episode. In the United States, the episode achieved a viewership of 12.07 million in its initial broadcast, making it the highest-rated episode of the series. The episode has received a 91% rating on the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes and 9.6 out of 10 in IMDb. This is the highest and most viewed episode in Game of Thrones show history. And the world is excited to see what the Season 8 upholds and ready to break new records. Until then, thanks for watching and subscribe to our channel for more awesome gags.